right, my darlings, we are looking at more specifically now parallel lines cut by a transversal. And we get a few theorems that are very important. So anytime we have parallel lines cut by a transversal, we have these 4 theorems dealing with those pairs of angles we learned about: the corresponding angles theorem, the AIA theorem, the AEA theorem, and the CIA theorem. And what these theorems tell us is if the lines are parallel, then the corresponding angles are congruent. So example, angle 1 would be congruent to angle 8. 2 would be congruent to 5, 3 can be congruent to 6, 4 would be congruent to 7. Okay. AIA theorem, if the lines are parallel, then the AIA angles are congruent. So angle 4 is congruent to angle 5, and 3 would also be congruent to 8. AEA theorem, if the lines are parallel, then the AEAs are congruent. So I gave the example of angle 2 is congruent to angle 7, but we could also say 1 is congruent to 6. The CIA is the fun one, or the SSI if you prefer that. If the lines are parallel, then the CIAs are supplementary. So this one's different. So angle 4 and angle 8 are supplementary. They add up to 180. Or 3 and 5 are supplementary. They add up to 180. But if you think about it, well, 1 and 4 are a linear pair, so they add up to 180. And 1 is congruent to 8, which means 4 and 8 also have to add up to 180. All right, so example 1, we just want to find the measure of the question mark. Well, you want to decide these are alternate interior angles. So if this is 70, this is also 70. Looking at this one, these 2 angles are consecutive interior angles, and CIA are supplementary. So 180 minus 45 is 135. All right, so on the back side, we're going to solve for x, doing the same idea. So look at these 2 angles. CIA are supplementary, so they're going to add up to 180. Combine like terms, and we get 131. Subtract 131, and we get 7x equals 49. Divide by 7, x equals 7. Here, well, these are corresponding angles, lower left, lower left. Corresponding angles are congruent. So set them equal to each other. Subtract 14 and we get 66. Divide by 6 and we get x equals 11. Okay. Example 3 is almost identical to example 2, except that once we find x, we have to plug it back in to find the missing angle. So first again, we look and see, oh look, these are AIA. So AIA are congruent, so set them equal. If I subtract 26x and add 5, I get x equals 5. But we were told to find the measure of the bold angle, and here's the bold angle. So 27 times 5 minus 5 is 130 degrees. All right, so this one's kind of a trick because we're thinking AIA, corresponding, and these are none. These are a linear pair, but we still know linear pairs are supplementary, so they are going to add up to 180. Combine like terms, 2x plus 196. Subtract 196, 2x equals negative 16. Divide by 2, x equals negative 8. And if we look carefully, this is our bold angle right here, so plug in the negative 8. 123 plus negative 8 is 115 degrees.